Hello, dear listeners. Welcome back to our news channel. First of all, happy Children's Day to everyone. Students, we know why we celebrate Children's Day, right? So this is your day, and you have to tell me in the comments below why in India we celebrate Children's Day. Like, किसके बर्थडे पे हम Children's Day मनाते हैं? So, talking about the news article, today we are going on an adventure to learn about the three important crops from India. It's tea, sugar, and the lesser known but super cool millet. But guess what? There's more to these crops than just what they taste like. And they have big impacts on people, animals, water, and the land itself. So let's dive in. First of all, students, imagine you are in a tea plantation. The air smells fresh, and all around there are green tea bushes. You might think, wow, it must be a peaceful here. But what if I told you there's a lot more going on in tea plantations than what it meets the eye? So, let's start by understanding tea, one of India's most favorite and most famous exports. Yes. So, talking about tea. See, students, tea is a big part of Indian culture. And it's also one of our biggest exports. Export का मतलब क्या होता है? Things that we are sending to other countries, mainly the things which other countries are buying from India. So it's good. Exports are basically considered as good for our economy. And did you know that India is the second largest producer of tea in the world? But producing so much tea has its own challenges. क्या challenges हो सकते हैं? First is water and wildlife conflicts. Many tea plantations are near forest, and that means animals and insects they wander into these plantations, and they might damage the crop, or they might get hurt themselves. So it's a tricky balance. Secondly, farmers use pesticides. What they do, they use pesticides to protect the tea plants from bugs. But some of these pesticides can be harmful to us. And too many chemicals can also hurt the soil and the water nearby. Third, working conditions. Did you know that most tea plantation workers are women? And unfortunately, they often don't get paid much. And the work can be, really tough. So, this this is a challenge related to, tea. तो टी से जुड़े जो challenges है वो इसमें mentioned है देखो जैसे यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो इंडिया इज द वर्ल्ड्स फोर्थ लार्जेस्ट टी एक्सपोर्टर बट सेकेंड लार्जेस्ट क्या है प्रोड्यूसर है और फोर्थ लार्जेस्ट एक्सपोर्टर एंड कंट्रीब्यूट्स टू नियरली 10% ऑफ ग्लोबल एक्सपोर्ट्स राइट तो चैलेंजेस के बारे में हमने डिस्कस कर लिया पहला तो चैलेंज जो है वो यही है कि ह्यूमन वाइल्ड लाइफ इंटरेक्शन and the second challenge is synthetic pesticides. Third challenge is the workers often lack protective gear and they don't get paid much. Right? Now, talking about the second segment, which is sweet as sugar. So let's talk about sugar now. We all know sugar and it makes our sweets and desserts so yummy. But did you know India is world's second largest sugar producer? Right? That's a lot of sugar. But here's the catch. Sugarcane, the plant that gives us sugar, needs a ton of water. Okay, it needs a ton of water. And uh, you know, you just imagine this situation. To get just 1 kilogram of sugar, just 1 kg of sugar, we need up to 2000 2000 liters of water. And this much water is just enough to fill about 30 big bathtubs. Can you imagine कि 1 किलो 1 kg शुगर को बनाने के लिए 2000 लीटर्स ऑफ वाटर रिक्वायर्ड होता है. तो ये बहुत ज्यादा है. So we know that the sugar is water intensive crop, right? So this, mm, you know, sugar, it requires lots of water. Here you can see, यहाँ पे देखो लिखा है, sugarcane and paddy, they occupy around 25% of the gross cropped area in the India and consume 60% of country's total irrigation water. So sugarcane needs so much water and it is putting pressure on our rivers, lakes and groundwater. And this affects other farmers who want to grow different crops. And because they also need water, right? So while sugar brings money to India, it also comes with big water problems. And some places are even running out of water because so much of it is used for sugarcane. So next time you have something sweet, try to remember there's a lot of water behind that sugar. Have you ever thought about where the sugar in your favorite sweet comes from? No, most of us don't do that, right? But think about it, right? Now, talking about millets. See, millets are considered as super crop. Yes, super crop. And these millets, they might not be as famous as tea or sugar, but it's getting more attention every day. Have you heard of them? Millets? Most of us don't, we haven't heard about it, right? See, students, millets are basically, they are tiny, and they are tiny grains that are super tough. Okay? They are super tough and they don't need much water. They grow fast and they are really, really nutritious. Okay? So here's why millets are considered as amazing. Number one reason is, see, growing millets, it doesn't require much water. So millets use way less water than sugarcane. ओके, शुगर केन से तो बहुत कम इसका वाटर यूसेज है. सेकेंड थिंग, दे कैन ग्रो इवन इन ड्राई कंडीशन. ओके, सो दे कैन ग्रो इवन इन ड्राई कंडीशन. जो जैसे रफ लैंड्स होते हैं जहां पे पानी की कमी है, जहां पर दूसरी क्रॉप सरवाइव नहीं कर सकती, वहां पे मिलेट्स सरवाइव कर जाते हैं, राइट? एंड millets are packed with nutrients, so they are great for our health. तो एक तो हेल्थ के लिए अच्छे हैं, रेजिलियंट क्रॉप है और वाटर यूसेज भी कम है. So more people are starting to grow millets and they even export them. And we know that they are good for the environment and they help keep people healthy. Isn't that awesome? Right? So मिलेट्स के बारे में पढ़ लिया, शुगर के बारे में पढ़ लिया, टी के बारे में पढ़ लिया. Now let's just connect the dots, right? So when we export products like tea, sugar, it brings money to India, which is great. But with export comes responsibility, especially about what? About sustainability. Okay? Sustainability. Yes. See, that's a big word, right? Especially for younger students. But it means sustainability, by sustainability, we mean that we need to make sure we are not harming the land, water, animals, or people, right? For example, if we keep using too much water for sugar, we might run out of water for other important things. And if we keep using chemicals on tea plantation, it might make people sick, and it's also going to harm the environment, right? And on the other hand, if we grow more millets, we can protect our land and use less water and keep people healthy, right? So, you might be wondering, what can we do about all this information? Here's a few ideas. First is awareness. The more people know about these issues, the better. Tell your friends and family what you have learned today. And students, you should support sustainable choices. Like when you buy products, look for the ones that say organic, organic, right? Or sustainably grown, sustainably grown. ठीक है? तो जब भी आप कोई सामान खरीदने जाते हो, make sure that it say organic. It means they are made with more care for the environment. And what you can also do, reduce wastage of food. See, wasted food means all the resources used to make it are wasted too. So let's make sure we eat responsibly and don't just throw away food. And remember, every choice we make can help create a healthier planet. All right. So, students, that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed learning about tea, sugar, and millets. Next time you have a cup of tea or a sweet treat, you'll know the journey that brought it to you, right? So, let's all think about sustainability and make choices that help our planet. Thank you for joining me and see you next time.